we ready?
Ready.
Morning, everybody. Morning. We had a good 4th of July.
It was wonderful.
It was good. We'll call to order. Roll call on all three here. Pray and salute the flag.
Yeah.
Heavenly Father, we thank you once again, Father, for giving us blessings, Lord, and keeping your hand of protection upon us and our constituents. We ask you, Father, blessing on this meeting. We ask it in Jesus' name.
Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh. All right. Citizens' comments?
Good morning.
Mm.
So I was gonna give a real quick update, it's okay with you, on the Lincoln County Fairgrounds project. So at our last meeting, the contract was signed. So the contract was taken over to the fairgrounds. So a copy of both interior and exterior are there if anybody needed to see them, and officially gave the go ahead for construction to begin. So on the exterior, we ended up meeting with the roofer so that we could ensure the roofing warranty was not disrupted. And so the roofing company actually came out and did step one in preparing so that we would ensure that warranty was still intact. And then H&H has now completed the east side and is moving across the front. And so they're doing a really good job of just taking off the pieces that they know they can finish that day so it doesn't leave anything exposed. There has been a little bit of wind, rain, damage because of the two storms that have like suddenly come through Chandler, but it's really just ceiling tiles on the inside, which we have a whole stack of ceiling tiles. So as soon as we're finished, then those ceiling tiles will be replaced and that'll be just fine. But as far as the exterior crew, they're doing a really good job. And we expect that next week we will start the concrete installation, and then they'll be able to start working on the awning. So that's the exterior. On the interior, for those of you who have never seen the west side of the building, it is completely different. The demo has all been completed. The group did an amazing job, probably a job that none of us would want, which is to remove the really old, kind of like mesh paper insulation that used to be used. And that has all been scraped, power washed, everything. It did basically, after all that demo was done, show how there really are two structures out there. The main hall and the east wing are two completely different structures, but we've already put a plan in place to reinforce the east or the west wing side. Sorry, the main hall, the west wing was added on after, so you can see how those are two completely different structures. And so on that west side, we have a plan to basically completely reinforce the red iron structure. It'll actually be stronger than it is now. So that's kind of an improvement. And we will be meeting tomorrow to walk through and complete the contract requirement of laying and chalking out all of the walls. And then they'll start the framing on the inside. So that's it.
All right. What about you, Reverend?
What about the gas lines?
So, yep, the gas lines, Mr. Ronald Miller came out and instantly jumped in and got, Jenny Wallace out there. Jenny Wallace evaluated, she knew exactly what to do, got the ticket started, and so my understanding is we're still waiting for us to come up in queue for that ticket to be processed. Jenny will just keep us informed as we move through the process. When you drive down that west wing side, there's a series of gas meters. And some are old and been removed, some are active, etc. So the plan is to remove all of those and then to relocate it next to the building, which is something that OG&E has been wanting to do with a lot of businesses to kind of keep away that separation of you know, whose responsibility is it because of how they used to install them long ago? Then they have to have a new way of doing it to ensure it's all kind of self-contained. That'll also allow us to move the gas lines where instead of them, you probably don't ever notice it, but if you get back and look, there's like a whole string on top of the building where the gas lines are running. So it'll be able to condense those down and put them in a much safer place that go where the pavilion and the west wing meet together. And they can kind of hug that one space versus kind of going like a spider web all the way across. So we appreciate Mr. Marlon Miller for jumping in and helping out with that, because it was something that it could have not been done and we would have just been taking care of what needed to do for the construction. But I think in the long run, because of taking this extra effort, it'll help make the building much better for the future.
Yeah,
Done.
yeah.
Sure. All right. Great, thank you.
You're welcome. I'll be back on number 9.
All right, any other citizen comments?
Citizen participant on that thing. Now come back to number 9.
Was it?
Put one more feather.
One more feather.
Well, I'm mostly,
Hat's not hitting right.
I know.
That's what I'm
yeah, that didn't go exactly how I wanted. I just wanted y'all to know that there's gas lines go up the front wall and over the roof a long ways and meters in the way, and ONG's agreed to move them all out of our way, and it'll make the new awning look better and make the roof more serviceable. It'd be a way better deal.
All right. Well, good. Well, before we move on, which I think I say this a lot, I've said this several times, but we just went through the 4th of July. And in my opinion, we have two holidays that are some of the most important holidays in human history. One is Easter. It's the resurrection of our Savior, guaranteeing our salvation, and the 4th of July, which guarantees our ability to worship as we please. And without those two things, we wouldn't be here today. So happy 250th birthday to the United States. And let's make 250 more great.
Yeah, well said.
All right, let's approve the minutes. You guys had a chance to read them over?
Yeah. Make a motion to approve.
I'll second it.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And you had a chance to read the amended minutes from the June 1st meeting? Change the district, it's going to District 3.
Yes. Make a motion to approve the amendments.
I'll second it.
You all in favor, say aye. Discussion possible action to approve contract with Ride Care for mental health substance abuse transportation pilot program.
This is the pilot program that we discussed for transportation. And Stacy has looked over it. Stacy, did you look over the revised one that they sent back? They said something about number 9 changing back to third party.
Oh, I don't think I did,
Okay,
and I've done that. I can look at it quick.
okay.
And what's it gonna be paid for with?
This is out of the opioid abatement settlement funds that we've received from the court cases. And there's about $90,000 in that, and we estimated about $50,000 for the pilot program.
For a year?
Huh?
For a year?
No, we'll just have until the money runs. Which is not on this agenda, but we did talk about it at the last meeting at RCorp grant. What does RCorp stand for? I can't remember. Judy? Rural.
Rural opioid. Oh, gosh, let me look it up.
Oh, okay. But it is transportation.
It's in your handouts. Could you do those summary pages?
Yeah, I sent it to Crystal, but she didn't get it.
Okay.
Now, the only question I have about this contract is. And we've talked about it before, and I know they're not specialized training for it, but Capital Crowley and Community Action Agency have
So,
have Department of Transportation jurisdiction over Lincoln County.
so this would be those individuals that the jail or OCS, they need to get them to inpatient.
Right.
So it's, it is a higher level of care. And this is the state contractor, and what they eliminated, they do crisis calls, but they eliminated these pre-scheduled where we need individuals that are justice engaged to get to inpatient. So Red Rock, any of our treatment providers, our jail, our OCS, so it's very specialized.
Sure.
And then the other caveat, and that's really important to the ARCOR grant, is this is an ability for us to get transportation reimbursement to the sober living homes, because they're carrying a heavy burden, because all of these justice engaged individuals have multiple trips coming in for treatment. So that's the pilot, is to figure out how we can get all the sober living homes on the same page. We can start reimbursing them. And then see how many trips we really have. And then ultimately, if we don't get the ARCOR funding, that is all about access to care, to be able to have data to come to the state to get in the spring state abatement money.
Sure.
So this is very special.
I know, yeah, it's very specialized. I just want to make sure that we're not crossing some boundary that, because COCA, Community Action Agency is set federally.
Right.
And ODOT sets the territories, and I just wanted to make sure we're not overlapping or gonna be,
So
you know,
I can find out more about it, but Ride Care is the state provider. for
state
this
provided
one.
for
Yes.
this.
And so already at a higher level, that would have been addressed, but I can get a statement from somebody.
Sure, I can add, we can go ahead and approve the contract if this is, and I'll just double check with COTS or Community Action Agency, just to double check, but they should be fine.
So historically, they haven't stepped up to transport this population, at least
Right.
not that I'm aware of. I don't know, Sheriff, are you aware? Right now.
I know
they're
Captain
like-
Kelly runs.
My
most of
question,
Lincoln County.
do they transport if they're violent?
That's why we're going with Ride
Right.
Care, because they have the vehicles and the training. That's why they're state approved for this.
Okay, cause I know on 988, there's a lot of times they'll show up, and if they're violent, well, they're not gonna do anything with them. We're still doing it, so
Right,
I can verify that.
that'd be nice if they did. That's one less headache we're tied up in for 2 or 3 hours, so.
So you're saying that would be a crisis care. So this is pre-scheduled. So this is going out of county to inpatient treatment.
Okay.
So these would have been, the majority of, I think the last 44 calls were coming from OCS or the jail, is when I looked at their data. So that's where I got this data and why it fits for the BGA.
sure. Okay.
Did you say there's 90,000 in that account?
About 93,000.
And is there any residual expenses coming out of that monthly or annually?
And not right now, but we're using it as a match, kind of for a lot of the grants that we go out for. If it requires a match, we just say that we have those funds available. And right now, there's not, I don't think there's,
I don't have it tied up. I mean, in the ones I've written.
none of it's tied up right now.
Are we
Except
still
for,
contributing to rent, or
Thank
we're not contributing to rent?
So rent is coming from state funds right now. So the state abatement, the current 450,000 for 3 years. And I wrote that in for indirect because rent qualifies. If we receive the CASA grant, it will completely cover rent.
Yeah.
And so that indirect will go back to the county on the state current funding.
we have several grants out there. The one through the Attorney General's office, that's a $450,000 grant that's over 3 years. It started last year, so this is a new fiscal year and we're getting those funds again. They just give us $37,500 quarterly for the next well, for the next 2 years now. And we've applied for over $2 million COSSUP grant, which is a comprehensive opioid stimulant substance, something.
Drug justice assistance, yeah. And it is actually just under $1 million. So the R Corp that is, I'm getting ready to put in, that will be mainly to kind of help with this gap that I've collected the data, and it is a gap for our individuals. And all of these grants, and that's why I had the handout, they're all COSSUP. I mean, they're all opioid based. And so why they all feel like they're really quite the same is because they're intertwined, and that's the way at the federal level it's designed. And the way they're written, they set the priorities. We just can't write for anything. It's not a blank check. I have to compete based on their priorities. So for the COSSUP grant in our category, they're only giving out 10 in the nation. And it's a little bit better for the R Corp grant, but it can't just be transportation. All of the opioid abatement money, wherever you have it in the statutes that government, has to be treatment recovery focused. And so whatever we do and how we do it, and then you just can't, individuals or agencies that we partner with have to meet the requirements, where it's state certifications or the federal requirements to be even community partners in the funding. So there's a lot of hoops to jump through. It's highly competitive, but the intention is to build a long-term strategy so we don't end up having people ending up back in jail. Because the Bureau of Justice Assistance, their goal is, how can we stop the revolving door, and how can we really support change due to the abatement problem? And so these are all, and
it's like a puzzle, and I didn't print that one either, but it's like a puzzle that you're trying to find all these pieces for it, to fill the gaps, to make it all work together. And so the data that we're trying to put together will support any grant applications that we go out for. And there's a lot of money out there for this opioid abatement stuff, and we're trying to be the best stewards of it as we can, and trying to get as much as we can so that we can help Lincoln County. That was the whole reason behind this, behind us getting the opioid abatement settlement funds in the first place. It's just gotten bigger.
May I see the contract so I can look over 9? Every time I would get to it in the email, it tells me out.
So if you get the grants, then these people will be hired to, or put in place to work in the jail.
That,
are you looking at COSSUP?
yes.
So COSSUP provides a case manager for the jail to help individuals put together a recovery plan, support that ability to change, and not just get dumped off on the curb when they get out. So we're putting connections in place that they're already connected before they leave the jail, when they have to leave.
And so can you explain the difference between the COSSUP grant and what it's going to do versus what the jail is doing with redemption?
Okay, so I read that contract. And the scope of that contract is psychiatric care. So what that provides for the jail is that mental health psychiatric professional to be able to address crisis, for one thing, and manage not only substance use disorder, but also mental health issues for inmates. And then also the medication that goes with that, and to help stabilize the population mentally. That is the scope of that contract, and when I read through it, that is the extent of it, and you absolutely need it. But that is essential, and that's probably not enough money, but there is other funding to help. When we get into that, or we can collect the data to show the state, yeah, no, you're underserving us because of the size of our population in our jail. The COSIP grant through the Bureau of Justice Assistance is all about intervention. So how are we abating or controlling the issue long-term for somebody? Because what's happening is they get through the crisis, they come out of the jail, they're really motivated at first, but we don't have a community that supports recovery very well. The data shows it. And so we have high relapse, and we know that relapse after they've had some sobriety, because of the level they go back to, can end up in overdose or overdose death. So it's a vicious cycle. And what the BJA wants to see us doing is developing a system in place long-term. So each of these big federal grants include collaboration with developing data, the dashboards, so we can collect the data and see how are we making, are we making progress? Are we moving this problem forward? Or is it a revolving? And then we collect that data, and that's like gold for the next continuation of funding. So we're being intentional, and we're being strategic, but more importantly, we're following evidence-based practice. So how it's written, I've spent a lot of time researching, and I've leaned into our Bureau of Justice Assistance support for reaching rule. So it's a very complex but important technical strategy. That makes sense?
And also part of the, we're still on number 7. Okay, so, and that's for the contract with Ride Care, and we did approve that. Do you want to go on to number 8? Because that's kind of what we're talking
I
about.
haven't approved the ride care yet. You
Oh.
would know
Oh, that's right. She's okay.
It looks like it's targeted for populations between 100 and 500,000. Do you think we'll apply or qualify for it? Like looking on the Bureau of Justice website.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So we qualified for category A based on our population base. And so they only give out 10 in our population base.
Okay.
We incredibly qualify at the levels we're competing for. Unfortunately, that's not a good thing.
Right, I think transportation is important. Get them to and from so they can meet their judicial requirements and maybe keep them from like they
And then-
so.
And this is a really important piece because the R-Corp grant, it's over almost 100,000 a year, that if we can get the kinks out of sober living, not only will it reimburse for mileage to help with the gas, but also it'll help contribute back to time. So that driver that has to run everybody all the time, because the goal is reclaiming some of those resources according to the criteria, because they make the rules, they have the gold. Then they can free up their other resources if they have this reimbursed to focus on other recovery needs. So it's the way that we have to structure it, unfortunately.
Who's gonna oversee the reimbursements?
So the R-Corp grant has another strategy. So the R-Corp grant, I was written in to be a county employee for the COSIP grant. Should we not get the COSIP grant, but we get the R-Corp grant, I'm gonna get to do that. Cause that's how I wrote in, cause I will move to a county employee, basically. So we can eliminate anybody thinking I just wasn't for gateway. If we get both, then it's an opportunity to start another position, because you all know I want to retire. So just turned 63, I'll be 60. So by the time this funding's out, I will be 67. So I really would like to mentor somebody, because I'm an educator, and I'm used to having grad students that I can help them. And so I would love to be able to mentor somebody to be able to continue on this, because the state funding has a 10-year life cycle. And we're putting things in place that if somebody could understand how this is done, I could go retire and turn you guys loose and let know that there's something gonna continue. There's a bit of sustainability. So that's my ultimate goal in that, but I do know that this is highly competitive and we're new to the space, and while we've done a lot, it just takes time but there's other fundings. If we don't get
That
this,
answer your
I'll be
question.
spending time on other, going after other funding.
And so, we had talked about whenever we, approved the cost of grant, of Judy becoming an employee of Lincoln County, for the grant purposes. Everything is paid out of the grant, so all of her paid salary and benefits and everything. But we do need an office space for her.
Not full time, I can share.
Okay. So is there a place that we can put her in the office? I thought, whenever we get Melanie's old office cleaned out and all of the school records is what I wanted to put in there, but I was thinking maybe we could put a small desk in there too or something, let her work from there.
Yep, we're running out of room quick here in the courthouse, so.
How much do you think you would need a space?
So if we get both funding, it would be for that person that I'll be working with. And I'm gonna say, just maybe a few days a week.
Just a desk and a filing cabinet or?
Right, or the ability to meet with people and because, you know, we get both funding, we're gonna have that person in the jail. If I could just see somebody needing to be here, because both of them, that person will stay as a county employee. And will be funded through a variety of funding sources, as long as there's grants and as long as that person knows how to continue that process. So it has long-term value. We're talking between, if we get these funded, it's $4 million value. So it's space well invested.
Sure.
I think there's a lot.
That.
Huh?
I guess we'll have to think about that one, where to put her.
Yeah, I mean,
For
if you have
them.
room in there, that's the first thing that pops in my head.
Yeah.
How
The
necessary
only
is
thing is if
Virgil's?
they,
Is Virgil using this other office?
I don't think so.
We use it for that. I mean, people need an office last minute or somewhere to meet in a small meeting room. Sometimes attorneys use it. Just little things like that.
Okay,
That's-
it would be an
that-
option.
That would be an option too.
it would be more private there, for if they're talking about patients or anything.
Right.
My office, if we could block that window out, that would be more private, but we'd have to do something about that window.
Sure.
Why is there a window there?
I don't know.
I have no idea.
Does it have anything to do with return air or anything, or?
No, they used to use it as a pass-through from the treasurer's office. They thought it was a really good idea when they were building the building, because those two offices work together so much. But they've changed processes and computers and obsolete now.
Okay,
Yeah.
Because originally purchasing agent was in that office as well, so they would balance with the treasurer.
I see.
Yeah.
So drive up fries with that.
All right, you guys good with the transportation contract?
If Stacy is, I am.
Okay.
$45 for pickup in the first 30 miles and like $2.50 a mile after that. Then last gas hits $5 a gallon. You know, give us a written estimate of what it would cost after that.
I'll buy it.
And this is the company that, I mean, this is basically the company that does it. So
Yes,
we're just approving to pay for it with
Yes.
the
exactly.
opioid money.
Oh, this
Yeah.
is the actual contract with rideshare.
Right. And we'll pay for it out of opioid.
That's contingent on getting a grant.
No, this one, right, this will fill that gap of the state. So as soon as they approve it,
Yeah, I'll be
I'll
with it.
sit there and vote. So this is.
I make a motion to approve the contract with Ride Care. I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Just my thing.
This is the items. And five.
All right. And number 8, substance abuse grant application. COSA. Yeah.
That was pretty much what we've been talking about, just kind of
Sure.
recap of
So
what we've been doing.
are you needing
I need,
direction to apply or have we already applied?
we've already applied for,
Okay.
and you approved it, but this one is our court that I think needs to have approval, right? So I can hit.
Yes. And
The agenda item says COSA.
we talked about that at the last meeting. I
Oh, did
believe.
it? Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay,
And to apply for the ARC grant.
okay.
It's due on the 8th.
So we don't have to do anything on on number 8?
No,
No,
it was
right.
mainly just to recap of
Okay,
what that is. Cause I know we've been doing a lot and it's sometimes gets confusing for me even, so.
I don't know how it could be confusing with that many abbreviations.
yeah,
Government.
Yeah.
all right, then it's time for Mr. Daff again.
Yes. Yes, so, Alicia and I talked, and so we put 9 and 10 both on the agenda, partly because with, the holiday coming up, there's quite a few people at the Oklahoma Transportation that were on vacation, but they are back, and man, they were answering their emails fast this morning, so I have lots of answers. So, if you don't mind, I'm gonna, skip to 10 real quick, cause it'll set the stage for 9. So, on number 10 for Davenport, currently the engineer is working on the plan. I needed clarification because how the contract between Davenport and the Oklahoma Transportation was laid out. It, in my interpretation, identified that the funds had to be there to show that the project was fully funded. And so Alicia had brought up a good point that with the county basically paying the 25%, that she's holding it in a purchase order, and the purchase order would remain in effect until the project is finished. Then once it's finished. So I reached out to the coordinator, and she said, yes, that would be acceptable. But what she did notice was that the resolution that was done was from the town of Davenport. And that the town of Davenport, if they are working with the county for the funding, a resolution would need to be done by the county. And so I can get that because it's a very specific resolution for their grant. And so Alicia, I can send that to you for your next meeting.
Okay.
And so that documentation will kind of bridge the gap between, yes, the applicant is Davenport, but the 25% is coming from the county. So the resolution should come from the county, and then the purchase order is acceptable. It kind of just links everything together.
Okay,
So I can do that, Alicia, and get that to
Okay.
you.
Sounds good.
So then the next question is, since it is open again, does the county want to sponsor like they did this year, any applicants? I know that Carney has contacted me and asked if we could help with them, with the Mr. Dow, and a similar. Wellston was not awarded last time, so I'm sure that they would want to apply again. Meeker was not awarded, they may want to apply again, but these are all communities that are not going to have the funding to do it themselves. So it's kind of the same situation we were in last year. So before putting it on their agenda for them to apply, I thought we should discuss.
only one of the cities that we sponsored got the grant, right?
Yes, correct.
And we said we could spend up to what, 150,000? Was that
120.
was 120 for all of them together?
I don't know if it was all together or I think last year we just did, 100, Alicia's gonna correct me here in just a minute, but I think it was 120, and we did that for 3 communities, but only one community was awarded, so it kind of alleviated the situation of,
Right.
did you really
We
intend
did that
to
out of-
commit 360,000?
Right.
So that might be a good opportunity to do a better job this year.
Are you helping write that for this, all those cities? And is there an administrative fee in that, or do they pay you outright?
The administrative fee is part of the, I guess, the budget that Mr. Daff approves.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing as
Percentage.
before, we're not,
It comes from the grant. money.
yes. So,
If it's awarded, you get paid.
Right.
Is it a percentage, or do you put your total in?
it's really more, of a reduced percentage because of the fact that to make the application stronger, we need engineering, and so it ends up splitting so that the engineer kind of comes first, because without the engineer, I don't think they would be awarded, and so then mine is quite a bit reduced, just to help.
It was $120,000 and we approved it to come out of use tax.
And it was per city, 120,000 per city, or,
Yes.
yeah. So we need 1, 2, of 3?
So I know of 3, Craig is going to apply again, but they
Yeah.
have their own streets and alley account that they can apply out of. So Meeker, and theirs is really because when, 62 gets shut down, those trucks do use the neighborhoods to find their way through.
Right.
So I think probably a better way that they're gonna need to do it is to find that most common route that the vehicles are using and pave those streets versus going from an approach of it's interrupting all these intersections. And so they really kind of tried to do just intersection pieces at a time. So I don't think that scored highly. So that would be a change they would probably need to make. Wellston, again, we did, when 66 gets shut down, they were definitely being routed through, old 66B, Hayes, and now. But, I was there last week, there was unfortunately a injury accident on 66. Because of the new housing addition, they ended up routing everyone by Huderberg and around. So because of that new alternate path, that may, impact their application. But I know that if they could get funding for 66B that goes around and then comes down, that's probably where they would need to stay as well. I think the applications that did better was where you could show if your state highway is shut down and now they're going through a neighborhood, that is the most common route that's being, traffic is being altered to,
Well, there's oil well right there at the rail yard.
right?
They run right down First Street.
Right, so that would be a good one for Wellston, yes. And then Kearney, approached me, because when 18 is shut down, they definitely have no other route but to go through those neighborhood streets.
Right.
So those were the ones that have reached out.
Yeah.
But again, it's
I mean,
completely up to you.
we help the
and-
cities out, got the money in the use tax to do it, and probably a 50-50 deal, so we proved 300,000, probably be 150,000 type thing.
So what are we asking for today?
It's a discussion to determine if you wanted to, and that way we would know what to put on the next
40,000.
agenda.
$340. Well, I mean, it would be 360.
Oh, actually, Alicia, you did put possible action, I missed that, so
What was that?
on number 9, I missed that you had already put a possible action. So if you,
It'd be 120,000 per, up to 120,000 per. As a match. And anything over that.
Is Mr. Daff matching? Is it a 50/50 or?
No, Mr. Dackey pays 75%. And then the 25% comes from the community to make the 100% of the project.
And can any of that be in kind, or does it actually have to be 25% of the money?
Has to be 25% of the money.
Okay,
So like with, for example, with Davenport, once the engineer was finished, there was additional work that needed that was gonna bump it over the original amount that was requested. So Ore Construction came in and said that they would take care of the tin horn and the dirt work that was needed for a spot on Lake Avenue. But that's above and beyond the 100% of the funds for the project.
and that's for Davenport, Wellston and Kearney?
What
That's
is-
what's already done, Meeker, Wilson, and Carney.
Meeker,
Versus Meeker, Wellston and Kearney.
So what'll happen is if you approve this, then two things will happen. One, I'll put on Meeker, Wellston, Carney's agenda for them to apply for the grant, because they have to be the applicant. Which what's preventing them from doing that right now is actually the funding, so I'm 99.999% that they will approve it. And then from that, I'll do the same, or not ordinance, but, documentation that we need to get, Davenport caught up on. I'll go ahead and do that documents for next year's application and give that to Alicia. So it'll appear on your next agenda item based upon their municipality schedule.
Sounds good.
We do that out of use tax again, okay, then we have a balance of use tax of 636,000 right now. And there's probably some left in the last fiscal year, because I did like a 90%.
Right,
So
seems a little low, but.
Yeah, it seems way lower than I realized.
Mhm.
But the chance of all three of them getting funded is not real high anyway, is it?
I don't. I think they are gonna do what they've done. I mean, I think it's great that Lincoln County is finally in the mix in the discussion, but they're going to try to spread it out across the state.
Yeah. So we can approve it, and I mean, honestly, hopefully we get to use it,
Hopefully we get to use it, but
but
realistically, probably
yeah.
50% of it.
yeah. Okay. So number 9. Make a motion to provide matching funds.
Mhm.
Okay, I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
All in favor, say aye.
Uh,
And then Davenport, we don't have a resolution, so we don't need to take any action on Davenport.
Correct. I was thinking that I was gonna get a different answer, and the answer then would require you to approve for the funds to be released prior to the project being completed.
Got it.
But in talking with, the representative, she was fine with the purchase order and agreed that that would be acceptable. So then it didn't need the discussion of changing the procurement process.
Sure.
thank you.
You're welcome. It was worth waiting until she got back to the.
All right. Well, that'll work. Appreciate it. Thank you for all your hard work.
I'll be here.
All right. Resolution for disposal of sheriff's office. Economy refrigerator.
Does it work?
They've been replaced.
Hmm.
They've already been replaced.
Make a motion to dispose or approve the resolution.
Virgil had, read and look at it, so,
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And I abstain.
Oh. It's still an election.
Just being safe.
And an economy one and a max code one. 2 of them total,
One's the fridge, one's the freezer.
max cold.
That's cool.
That was false advertisement, they didn't work.
Hmm.
That was false advertisement, they were done.
Yeah,
Next good item is the intercom for the jail. So is this the door locks and intercom?
Yes, we got a price locked in on one. I called you about that. I mean, it's not a binding deal, but it was able to get some cash, a better deal. Synaptics coming the 15th to actually give us a quote. And I think the interesting thing is gonna be on their deal is that that's who we've had in the past. But you know, if you've got this other company coming in and they're gonna replace all of the software, all the computer stuff on it, wouldn't we expect the same quote, apple to apple, from Synaptic? So I don't know, Chandler, I know the last time they did that.
The synaptic quote was done in January.
Yeah, we had an old one, but I still think you need to probably come look at it,
Yeah.
like those guys did, you know?
Right.
So they're gonna show up, we'll see what that's gonna be, and then we can ask a few more questions. We're trying to add 6 more automatic door locks on it. So Synaptic, if they just add 6 to the 7 they already got, you'd think that'd be pretty simple. For the other folks, are gonna have to rechange all the formatting. And there's a whole bunch of electronic stuff underneath the bubble, you know, where the jailers are, and it's a nightmare. I mean, for a guy like me that don't know what this wire goes to and what that does, I mean, it's a mess with all the intercom systems coming in, all the door locking stuff that's with it, but it'll be really nice. The locking mechanisms are in the doors that we're wanting to add. We just gotta run the wire, and then the software. The software is I think, the big part of it. And I think we have about 190,000 left, where we were taking some ARPA interest to pay for the inmates that we, you know, had up in Payne County. So we're looking at that. The other thing, since Lee's not here, we've got 17 more bunk beds we need to add. Our new, well, the fire marshal's doing this last blessing on it. It's gonna change the numbers from 83, 84 bed to 125. So that's good. Wouldn't be good to have 125, but it's good that, you know, if you're supposed to have 83 and you got 90 and heaven forbid something happened, I mean, then we gotta deal with, well, why are you overcrowded kind of thing, you know? So, I mean, I think that's gonna give us some breathing room.
We have $186,000 in that.
186,
discount.
I was close, I said 19, I was just kind of
Yeah.
and that's after paying Payne County. We get a last statement off them. I think it was averaging about 10,000 a
We'll have to
month.
do a new resolution for it either way though, because that was done by resolution for just transports.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah.
But it's available. I mean, or you guys can write a check, however you wanna do it. I mean, it's your jail. I'm just trying to make the thing work a little better.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And we have a purchase order on for Payne County, so it's already been encumbered.
Oh, yes, good. Okay, so that's an accurate number then. And the beds, actually, Payne County gave us 2, because they did a remodel. They're a little bit smaller in design. They've got a little ladder, you know, for the top bunk, where the other ones we have don't. Some of the ones that we bought earlier have storage underneath, which is handy. But you know, I mean, when you put, you know, all those beds in a space, you know, it just looks a little nicer if they're a little shorter than if they're taller. And then the other thing, I'd look at it, and I've never had bunk beds, and I never had 2 little ones at a time kind of deal, but you know, I could just imagine if you're on the top one and you fell out, I don't think you're gonna be hurt as bad if it's a little shorter fall. First falling off the roof, first, you know, rolling out, maybe. I don't know how you fall out of bed, but I mean, you could, you know, bad dream or something, PTSD, maybe, but. And this is all about liability, you know, if we can do things that should be a little bit smarter, maybe no one gets hurt, I mean. I think we should you know, obviously, that'd be my sales pitch on it.
Yes. Amtrak puts a cargo net so you don't fall off if you're on the top when you're sleeping.
Well, bubble wrap might be the other thing too, you know,
I have one that falls off, they'll be fine.
go do that. So I mean, it can happen. I mean, you never know, but I'm just thinking, you know, it's one less anything, is always good.
Oh, off the top of my page, huh?
Yeah,
Well, and I
they're
can,
fine, they're fine.
well, and I could see too, where, you know, a larger person, older, I mean, we've got, you know, down there 80 years old, I mean, you get, you know, health issues that maybe they can't get on the top bunk, you know, and we should be smart enough to put them on the lower when somebody else, young little skinny guy can get up on top, right? So. But. I'm not there 24/7 to make some of those decisions. I hope that they kind of work themselves out, but. But I know we're getting really close. I was at the fire marshal's office last week, so once they do their little blessing thing, we're gonna get that new. What do they call the rate of the capacity? There's something. They got
Your bed
a
occupancy.
bed occupancy.
Yeah.
So once you get that stamped, I mean, that's like in stone, so we'll be in pretty good shape. Lee, I was asking about, you know, we talked about the 17 bunk beds. You had a guy that maybe gonna make them.
Yeah.
Cause I was checking on the ones we got from Payne County where they got them from. It was up in Illinois. They're like $2,200 a piece. And I've got DOC supposed to be, guy came out weeks ago and I'm gonna check with them today and see if they make them, you know, what would that would cost and how much time it would take. So.
Yeah, we can get them,
Just another headache.
we can get them made local. 1250 bed,
You say 1,500?
1250.
Oh, that's even better.
And that's a bed, so 2,500 a bunk bed,
No,
1250 per
15.
unit.
okay.
and they're 22 in Illinois. And I think we bought some earlier that were maybe, I don't know, 1,100 or something. I think the initial, some were higher, some were a little bit cheaper. The ones that were more expensive had the mesh in between, so like if you put them together, you've got that separation. Which would probably be very well thought out, you know, to do.
Is that yours powder coated or painted or?
Painted.
And it'd be bolted in the floor, so, I mean, you don't want them to tip over either, or move them around, so. And then, you know, we had a couple, the old, the conversion that we did was gonna be the video conference room. For some reason, we had a couple of, the other beds in there, the bunk beds, and, can't get them out. You know, where the door is and stuff, somebody, you know, didn't quite have that plan. These smaller ones would be a whole lot more easier getting in and out too. I mean, you know, it's just like the gun box we have, you know, they designed one where our guns don't fit. I mean, it's just one of those deals that, you know, there's a million things you're trying to focus on and you can overlook one little thing that don't seem like much, but you know, it's a problem if you can't get a bed in or out, you know, so. Just part of living with this remodeling experience. It's been really great.
Yeah.
That was sarcasm.
I
But
didn't
it's so
see-
close,
Yeah,
so close. I mean, if we can get some more beds in there, I mean, that's gonna be really nice.
so how much money?
So this is 59,455.80 for,
That was from January, and I believe you're gonna add 6 more beds. Is the quote from,
so this is four doors.
oh yeah,
and
door.
and 6 intercom.
Yeah. Well, we've actually got the intercoms already ran. They work. And we did that
Well, if you're
ourselves.
changing companies, so.
But I think they
You know,
still tie that into the system. Okay. That's all electronic thing. And then I'm assuming that whatever they end up doing, on this, that we'll try to run the wire. Anything we can do to save the buck, you know? I think, you know, we've got, a couple of folks that are capable of doing that.
Is there a state contract for this?
Well, I think he said they had some federal thing, but we're gonna end up getting 2 bids. There's not, you know, 2 or 3 companies around that does that anyway.
Well,
Now, if it's a Sourcewell contract where it's already been,
GSA Sourcewell or state
I think so, because this one company did the deal, over in Wagner County, he had said that they did it off of a federal thing, so I think there's gonna be some. However you do the purchasing. down.
Yeah, and. And that's not Sedaptic, but the other one?
Yeah,
Okay,
EOC, I think, is the company.
can I see?
And we'll see what the Synaptic's gonna do on the 15th. They still may be the guys to go with, I don't know, but, you know, kind of about the money, a lot of it. And Chandler might have a better idea than I would, but, knock on wood, we haven't had any issues, you know, with the door system. There's a solenoid in it, might go out, but as far as the program stuff, I mean, we haven't had any issue. Do you know of any in the past when you were here?
I mean, the system's far better than what we used to have,
So,
far better. We used to have to reboot and, change out some of the fuses underneath the control desk that he's talking about.
it's a lot safer, it's a lot nice with that new Sally Port doors, you got two doors, you know, it'd be harder for somebody to decide I'm gonna leave the jail today, you know, it just makes it a little harder,
There's
but.
also not a lot of companies that provide access control in jail systems, just environments.
Two or three, I mean, it's very limited.
As long as there's a contract somewhere that it's been bid, we can piggyback on that, but.
That's what he was saying.
They're gonna have to, all the companies will have to provide that they submitted that bid, so.
I don't see anything on the quote itself, but we can contact them and see if they do have like a source well contract.
We'll need the number, actual number before we can prove anything, but I think it's needed, so.
Well, I mean, you know how it is, you gotta contact them, you gotta work on their timetable to show up, how long it's gonna take to do it, I mean. It's not the end of the world until we get it done, but it's gonna make life a lot smoother, safer once that's in, and then we're done. You know, with this remodel thing, that's one thing that really wasn't kind of added in with the scope, but you know, really, actually, probably just as well it wasn't, because you know what we've dealt with on the engineering aspect and the architects on every time there was a change or something, so, and this is something they would be contracting out anyway, and they make a percentage. You know, sorry, Travis, if you're listening, I mean, you know, they kind of, they're in it for the money, we're just trying to get it done, so.
Right. Can we double check those numbers on these stacks, cause that seems awful low
Double check the numbers on,
on the U stacks,
okay,
cause.
Did you want to look at this fiscal year? Cause that, we would have only transferred a portion, right?
Well, 100,000 is not, right,
You might have stepped out. I think we were talking about what we have left on that ARPA interest when we were dealing with the prisoners. And it's about 187,000, 186, I'm sorry, was the correct number. So we're looking at probably around 65, you know, on the door, maybe cheaper. And then the bed, where that's gonna cost. So we should be under 100,000 of that if they're gonna have, you know, something going back on your end.
so let's get some hard numbers before we make a motion on it. I'm purchasing it, but I mean, it's needed, we'll buy it, we just need to know who and what.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I don't think we can make a decision without, after the 15th, that other price coming in.
Right.
You know, plus we've already got them, but, I just wanna make sure that when we do kick it around, that if they're going to do it, you know, let's replace, if one company's gotta replace it all and that's a bid, I think these other guys should replace it all, because think about it. You know, technology changes every day, new computer comes out in a month, like a car, the price goes up and you can't even work with it, you know, so.
Right.
I think we want to see, to get something where we don't have any problems.
Yeah.
With it,
I would agree.
problems are bad.
there is 636, 387.23 in this fiscal year, or 357.23. And there's 294,965 in last fiscal year, so about a million, little over a million.
Okay.
And we've already we just transferred $220,000 in each one of y'all, to each
Right.
one of y'all's.
Yeah, for
Yeah. So,
our equipment. So, okay,
So that's why it looks so low, as we just took out 6.
yeah,
yeah,
all right. Sounds good. All right, well, we'll do no action on the intercom or lock system right now until we get hard numbers. Then we've got a amended budget request.
this is, I just wanted to give you an update, the sheriff did add $36,000 to his, salary from last year.
That's the amended part.
What was that?
That's what we're amending.
Yes, it's not really an amendment, it's just
Just
let y'all know what's,
one to add it.
yes.
Trying to sneak it in last minute, I see.
No, but we're also gonna be bringing some money back, cause we've got a guy that's been, deployed, so we haven't spent, his salary, cause he's been gone. Hopefully
He doesn't get paid while he's gone?
not from us. I mean, he does for like a month or so. I think there's a military thing up to insurance we do provide, but the other part, I think there's laws that deal with, what you can do. I mean, you've been deployed, I'm talking about, so. But anyway, I'm hoping here about August, he's coming back. It'd be nice. I'm sure his family's gonna be excited. Years a long time,
Yeah.
and it's pretty dangerous.
Your M and O went up 125, why was that? Dear
Fuel,
fuel?
we're already paying, out of a grant on like 100,000. I mean, the price is doubled. Maybe it's gonna go down tomorrow, I don't know, but we've had how long this thing in Iran been going on, 2 months? I mean, you guys know what it's like, you fill your car up now, I mean, it's doubled what it was. Hopefully, it's not gonna be forever.
Yeah, don't add it to this, just go to Willsborn and fill up.
You guys have unleaded? We'd be more than glad to do that. Y'all are good with
Only Will.
And Marlon, if that's a deal breaker, I mean, we'll figure something else out to survive, but I really don't wanna cut down our ability to go and answer calls and be proactive. I do plan on, we're gonna get, we're part of the ICE program. Supposed to be getting some money from them on joining that organization, and we're not actually going out soliciting, work sites or anything, but when we come across somebody that's illegal, then we can contact ICE immediately. If they're not a criminal charge, which now we do the same thing anyway, but this way with the big beautiful bill, they actually pay you. But I've looked at some state contract on a van. We don't have a decent, safe transportation van on taking inmates to, Lexington or anything. The one we have, it's not, I wouldn't feel safe driving it, anywhere, but it's about 62 grand. I mean, we're gonna have about 70,000 bucks. I'm not asking you guys for. We're gonna do our part to try to have something to do. You don't buy one every day. Apparently they last a long time, when you're just doing a transport to Lexington or whatnot.
So you're hoping to pay for it with a grant?
I'm sorry?
Are you hoping to pay for it with a
I'm
grant?
going to. But they're supposed to, you dealing with the federal government's amazing when you do something and they're supposed to pay you. I think it's called 287E or G is the program on that. Oh my, I mean, they want you to send a form, you send it, then they ask you for another form, we already sent it, and it's just like, you don't deal with a human, you're dealing with somebody through email, and it's just not super simple, but it's been blessed. Now, when do we get it and which account that we have to open up to get that?
Yeah.
They should have told me so.
The, state auditor's office gave us the numbers that we need to open that account for for those funds from ICE. So y'all have already approved the, agreement with ICE a few months ago, I think. So just getting the account set up, so whenever he does get those funds, he'll be able to put it right in there.
But I think that, it's good while that's available to try to offset some things that we usually have to beg for that we really need for transporting the prisoners and stuff. So I think it would be smart, in my opinion, to get one.
Yeah,
I couldn't imagine a worse day than driving to Lexington and it's 110 in August and you got a vehicle issue, and you got 7 inmates that you're trying to get to, you know what I'm saying? That's a bad day. I don't care who's driving, who's there. That's not a good situation.
Yeah.
So it's really high on my list of things I wanna do. That's one of them I wanna do. Trying to make it safer for us, for the inmates, I think that's something that we really have to concentrate on.
so your increase for the payroll services was
36,000 from last year.
because you're gonna have a guy that's coming back.
No, the 36 is the pay, the raises, if it's approved or whatnot to everybody. But I'm telling you, we're gonna have some extra money that's going back into the pot that we didn't use on the employees, salaries that we will be using. And the reason that we're sending it back is because he's not here to be paid,
Okay,
if that makes sense.
how much is going back?
I don't remember the number. It's 160 something thousand maybe too. I don't know. It's a bit. Something like that. And then we also had, the sex crime investigator we were gonna hire. Well, the one we hired, we're gonna be pretty picky and it took a bit to get him there. So you still got, money that was allocated that we didn't use, that we will be using.
Okay,
And I know you like to see money coming back on something, but I'm just gonna say, yeah, we're asking for something here, but we are actually bringing something, we didn't use it all. So try to be a good partner for it.
yeah,
He's just saying the unencumbered funds from this last fiscal year.
yeah. Do you know how much is unencumbered? Alicia?
And 250,000.
And you think you'll use all that much more again?
Well, I think it's possible. And if it's not, you're gonna get it back the next year.
So on top of the 250, you're wanting 36 more for raises. Am I understanding that right? I mean, you're 250,
The 260,000 went back into the big pot as the general.
but he's still asking for it this year,
Yes,
plus 36,000 more.
yes.
Now I understand you right. I misunderstood what you said when I was.
So what are you gonna do this year to spend that much, the 250 and the 36? What,
We may not need the 36, is that what you're thinking?
what's what I'm,
I mean, it's possible.
He's being a good steward with his money as far as the general fund goes. It's not like. Some people use all the funds from the general fund first, so they don't have to, get into
Yeah.
their cash accounts. I think Kevin has done a good job with, just using it for what it's intended. So I don't think it hurts to have that extra just as a cushion. You always have, turnover and, so.
Employees leave, you're paying out their leave and whatnot. So I mean, there's things that come up that you really don't, we have, of course, just taken over, that year, we had some people that left. I mean, is that gonna happen? You don't know, but if it does, I mean, we've come back and beg, hey, we need help. We're gonna let people off until then. So obviously a budget is just a tool on the money that you're projecting to use. I would rather give you something back than have to beg for it somewhere in between the budget year. And I don't think you guys are probably gonna say, no, we're not gonna give you anything if you need it. So I mean, it's just kind of a little cushion for the what is. And you have to admit, everything that we seem to deal with at the county level is a curveball about every day. I mean,
yeah,
it is. At least it is on my end. I'm sure you guys, it's not all roses. I mean, there's a lot of things you really can't expect that's gonna show up tomorrow. It's a fun job for everybody listening, but I mean, it's got its moments.
Right. Well, thanks for the information.
I'm sorry.
I said, thanks for the information. It's just discussion with no action on that.
Perfect.
All right, moving on, if you're ready.
So how's there no action? Yeah, I mean,
It's just information. We won't approve the budget until we know what our numbers are.
Yeah.
so does this get taken back to the excise board again for them to approve before it goes to the budget maker?
No, the estimate of needs, that is each department's, each department's, estimate of what they need for the year.
Yeah,
If it's not, trying to explain the whole budget thing, if it's not out of the scope of the whole budget, which is what we would submit this to the budget maker to put in our budget. Which of course we want to make sure we, all the numbers that we have are agreed to by everyone. So I'll put it on the agenda for a discussion and possible action at the next meeting. If you want me to do that, but
I would just think that it needs to be approved, doesn't it?
I mean,
well, I always,
it's information really. All we're approving is him to say, yeah, this is a guess what we need until we get our number. So really, it's just, like I've said in the past, this is all funny money until October when we know what our actual valuation is. So we'll approve it. Or change everybody's
the excise board is the one that actually asked Kevin last at the meeting, why is your, salary low, the personnel services. And, that made us realize that he hadn't asked for any more. I think it was actually under
Yeah.
what he had asked for last year, and so we went in and made the adjustment to add 36,000 for last year's budget.
So if you wanna vote on it, we can. But I mean, like, we'll probably look at these numbers 5 more times between now and October.
Yeah.
And
And
we
before
won't
I
know until the
actually
last
submit
minute of the
these,
day, what it ever ends up anyway. It's like last year.
I'm pretty sure that I've always brought this to the meeting before we submitted it to the budget maker as to getting approval for this, and so. There'll
If
be,
you want to improve it, we can, but.
No, if it doesn't need,
budget maker will be coming, the 15th, I believe, so I'll put it on the next agenda to approve it for submission.
Sure, that'll work.
Okay.
All right, we've got a quote for the camera servers. They're at the end of their life. They're gonna go out. We're gonna have to replace them, so it's either replace them now or replace them later. This runs it's all the big storage for the jail is really what the expensive part of that is.
is that something they told us 2 or 3 years ago to be expecting this?
Last year when we re-signed with Apprentice to take over our camera maintenance is when they told us that they were at the end of their life and that they'll continue to maintenance them, but they won't cover them under the annual agreement anymore.
Yeah.
They don't, like, whenever it's at the end of their life, they don't receive any updates on them anymore, so you'll start getting bugs and glitches.
Security issues.
Security issues.
Things like that, so.
And does that cover anything with what have we done with the antenna camera?
That's kind of a separate thing. I've submitted it to ACO to apply towards our deductible. But y'all approved that last meeting. I think it was 5,500 for that camera and they're waiting on it to come in. It's been ordered. I have worked with Apprentice and Jackson and they're gonna put it as high as they can go. I mean, we were limited to 8 foot because of the quote that we went out for bid for last time. But this time we're just gonna have them go higher because all it is cabling.
Okay,
Was that lightning to take that one out?
Yes.
How long will the life be of this one? If it's
So
life?
the ones that are at their end of life now were from 2019, so I would estimate maybe 6, 7 years.
Yeah, it's about
Yeah.
what the operating system.
Okay, so it's like $6,000 a year. Okay. I just know sometimes their quotes are very outrageous.
So they give us this quote last year whenever they took over, and they told us that there was a chance of it going up, and it has gone up, but it's because AI data centers are buying up all of the servers and stuff for their.
Anything that has a chip in it has gone through the roof.
Yeah.
We just placed one on the Otis system, and it was like 10 grand, I think, and it took forever to get, and they finally did, but. You know, apparently the gig now is that Microsoft can only update things to a certain point too, so therefore, oh, we have to buy something new. So I mean, that's why I was talking about the jail system on the door lock deal. I mean, the technology changes, I mean, and they won't even fix it or warrant it or anything, so. It's a double-edged sword.
That's pretty crazy, because I think last time we bought an OS server, it was like $4,800.
That's.
And you can't do anything about it,
Mm-hmm.
nothing. Or do that. You do that.
Storage, especially for the required long-term storage from the jail.
Mhm.
That's why it's expensive.
Do we know how many, I mean, this is questions that I don't know the answers to, but how, you said 2019 cameras. Do we have other cameras that's going to be going out end of life
Not
next
these
year?
our cameras aren't at the end of life, it's just the boxes that they record to and that, organize the data.
The computer that runs them and all the storage.
Yeah.
Okay, so the cameras aren't in end of life, we want to replace, okay.
Yeah, you know, our Motorola video cameras, they're stored in an iCloud. And the way Motorola does it, it's actually stored in 3 across the country, therefore it'd be harder for a hacker to get. So I don't know if he's got that, is that cheaper? Is it
It's not, and it's actually can be more expensive for this amount of storage.
Gotcha. But you really need it, I mean, there's something that shows that, 6 months ago, and you go back to research it, well,
Right.
it can save you, I mean.
Yeah. I think that's all we're holding at the jail is 6 months, right?
I have to look for the exact amount of days, but
It's somewhere in that area,
the courthouse is only 3 weeks to a month, I believe.
right?
Okay. Well, I actually expected there'd be a lot more since it was them, but okay.
Everybody good with it?
I'm good, right?
Make a motion to approve the contract or the quote with Apprentice.
I'll second that.
I wouldn't know what account as
So we'll
well.
pay for that out of the, yeah. Courthouse,
Yeah.
What account?
courthouse improvement. Well, not the sales tax one, but the general government.
I don't know if
Courthouse.
there's enough funds since we're doing some of the renovations and we've replaced some air conditioners out of that.
We'll get it out of ARPA.
ARPA interest.
Spend it before the sheriff does.
It's going for his.
It's still you.
That's right.
Sure,
It's his security.
You're funny.
I couldn't let you go without it.
150 years.
Yeah, I think ARPA interest would be the way to go.
More grab me a drink.
In the wrong fiscal year. I was like, no, that's not good. There is $50,517.50 in the ARPA interest account.
Mom said there was 100 and something when we were talking about the camera, or about the intercom.
That's residual from the jail project for his transportation of inmates. So it's not in the original pot of interest money.
But you'll be getting some of that
Yeah.
back, obviously.
Okay. Yeah, might as well. ARPA interest would be fine.
So we didn't need to do a transfer of appropriations from the ARPA interest jail account to the general fund.
Why can't we just,
This ARPA
No.
interest on the top one is the one he said to use.
yeah, why can't we just PO straight out of there?
I can't remember what the quote was it 37,000?
37,235.
I was thinking 67,000 from the intercom.
What?
That's what I was thinking.
And the
because of
bids.
that name.
So it should be under 100 now.
Yeah, Robert.
All right, we have a motion and a second, and we're gonna pay for it out of our interest. All in favor, say aye.
Right.
Aye. Alright. 911. A resolution for payroll and the benefits and expenses. So this is what we agreed to last time. Was not to exceed 106,000. It's for payroll and benefits.
Make a motion to approve.
I'll second that.
Oh. Yeah, all in favor, say aye. Aye.
We always pay it, as it comes in now.
Yeah, it's not one lump sum, it's just as they submit their payroll.
So they're supposed to be submitting their whole, OTC check to us.
So we wind up, yeah, $500,000.
Okay, do we need to ask for the receipt or like their documentation for OTC, a copy of that, so we,
I would.
okay.
Number 16, grant writing services with WSB.
We've talked about this in the last couple meetings, we just finally put it on paper.
$4,512 for grant writing to WSB.
This was for the safe streets.
Make a motion to approve it.
I'll second it.
All in favor, say aye.
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 What? Wait, let me sign a second. Honoring your elders today.
Yep. Oh, sorry.
Okay.
We got Transportation County Action Report for District.
Is this the road mileage stuff?
One, no change.
I don't think that's ever happened for us. They always add roads to us.
We have to add roads, or we're having to take them off. Yeah, that'd be a first.
Yeah. They have me. Maybe this time they,
What, mine's, oh, I did one earlier though, before this one.
Yeah, you did yours before, yeah. Mine was, I did find out that I had a road that I didn't think was mine, but it was also on the last one. So this one, it was on there, so it wasn't any change on it. I didn't think it was my road.
Sure.
I would have applied for a grant for it, but it was my
Right.
road. I told the city of Prague Daily to, okay.
All right, we need a motion to approve these.
I'll make a motion to approve the county action reports.
I'll second it.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Just so you know, on the June 30th meeting, I didn't even get to make a motion to adjourn that one.
That's cool.
Well, you missed that meeting. Marley doing it again?
Yeah, she had a really good week up there. Didn't end up making the short round, but, she had good barrel runs every day, pulls, and she missed one kick and caught one kick. So
Right.
it's, it was really good.
Right, she will come down riding the lake, where,
It was, they were so busy up there with that, it was just too much to get her back and forth. She probably would have if she'd known about it, but, we didn't really like keep it a secret, but we didn't advertise it either.
Gonna do this like that, you need to get you an airplane,
Yeah,
and you fly the road.
and yeah, get a driver, yeah.
right.
Ride the bus, then go to the next show.
I definitely don't fit in at the places that we go. Last year at Vegas when we were there, but every guy I talked to, I'd ask him, hey, how long did it take you to get here? And he's like, 3 hours. I'm like, well, that's not bad. Was on an airplane. I got a driver. My family, we fly out and then I have a driver brings our horses.
Okay.
Like, yeah, that's when we're on a
That's
different.
crazy, ain't it?
Yeah.
That is, yeah.
You tell Marley, you wanna do that, you better start getting them money.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Those overlights are pretty cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not going all the way to Vegas, so,
Need a lawnmower.
yeah.
You had a friend that had a plane.
I'm not flying with you.
Not anymore, so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
pulled it out there.
yeah. I don't mind the drive. I don't like getting my feet that far off the ground.
They put their Marley on the plane, right? They can say they have a driver.
Yeah. She says that anyway.
I'm closing out my special transportation funds from the city. Remember, you guys have some money there.
What did you do with yours? Chip seal? Can we, can it just continue to roll and grow?
Mhm.
Yeah. I do got some I need to fix, but. Okay,
Yeah, the bell's about to ring. I mean, you know, so they're about to put another
Oh.
little deposit in there.
yeah. Okay, I'll make a motion to approve your closeout.
Sound like a double D,
I was thinking of
All in favor, say aye.
that's what it says.
How much was it to, like, did you do a mile of chip seal?
Yeah, well, actually, I did 2 miles. One of them I used this, the other I used my pharmacy. What was the number? 5,000 to 70,000 a mile if you do it yourself. Park County let me borrow their.
Are you still able, are you working a trade? Aren't you working a trade to look?
Working on it. Only if the election goes well, if it doesn't, she gets back, I can't bring in any equipment.
Yeah.
Or, Sealboard graders.
So they've come up with a new grader. We were gonna change to Caterpillar. Caterpillar beat them by like $700 per grader. And then John Deere said, oh, wait, I remember. We can do that too. And so they got cheaper and then they've got it's a 322 grader instead of a 672. I mean, I'm sorry, not 322, 622. It's supposed to have a 2-liter smaller engine, but supposed to be more fuel efficient. It's only 10 horsepower less. So that's what it's for, is it's actually a smaller grader, all-wheel drive, same tires, same blade. I
Same
think,
machine with just a little smaller motor.
yeah, it weighs like 500 pounds less and 10 horsepower less or something. The 672s were like, $500 something a month back a piece. So but Caterpillar made them get honest again. So,
Good deal.
yeah. Yeah, I was gonna change. I like Cat's cab and everything better, but John Deere, when they come out with this 622, they changed their cab.
Oh,
So
really?
it's got new seats, new pilot controls, the cabs come back towards your feet a little bit, so better visibility. So John Deere's actually improved their cab, so,
All right.
um,
And that is through the source well.
This will be through source.
Yes.
did you look and see if it was on Sourcewell?
Yeah, it's on the front of the
Yeah.
quote at the top.
Yeah,
left.
okay.
Maybe on the other side.
Oh,
Here.
okay. Is that for this price, but then this gets us the
No,
payment?
that,
price?
you're talking about John Deere,
Yeah.
or this is all CL Boyd.
Yeah, it is the right one. And it's supposed to have full travel time and mileage too.
Yeah, it's like the whole. The 350,000.
Yeah. What's the difference? It's reading for 2,000. Yeah, it's gonna, they say they're gonna come back better. Their work, really where John Deere beats us is the buyback. John Deere does so good on the buyback. Cat says they're gonna get that figured out and be ready next time. It does have a premium circle on it too. Do y'all have any with the premium
I
circles yet?
think my new one's got the premium circle.
Yeah. It's a,
Oh, my power.
and no maintenance. It's got the same turntable as a track over instead of having the,
Right.
having to put all the shims in it all the time. Okay. All right. I make the motion, we approve it.
I'll second that.
All in favor, say aye.
All right.
You're up.
Do I need to sign this here? Or we just approve
I
it?
think we just approve it.
I think there's a line right there on the bottom. I think I missed it.
There.
Yeah. I don't know.
Accepted by?
Yeah, might as well. I mean, we can't hurt to sign it. All right, so we're looking at, MOU with E-Recording Partners Network. For digital recording in county clerk's office.
It's another e-recording company.
So why is this an MOU?
Yeah,
What are we doing?
another digital, filing company.
So they're gonna take our data or allow. You allows your closing companies and stuff like that to file,
Yes,
is what this EPN does? Okay.
yes, and they charge the customer for the fees for the filing.
Okay. And then we get our fee and they add a couple dollars to
Right.
it. Not a bad deal.
We did one of these last month, and this is just a different company that wants the ability to do it.
Yeah.
Okay, I make a motion to approve that MOU.
I'll second it.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
By signing these, this isn't taking any other freedoms away from our constituents. They can still come in and do it all.
Absolutely.
Okay, yeah,
Do it all.
Customers are always welcome.
was it just you?
These are utilized more by like title companies and attorneys.
Yeah. That's down a lot on travel, I bet.
Yes.
All right. Emergency management has been working hard on doing a few things in their building, but we're gonna need some money.
Yeah, I just need, to know what account, how much or what we're doing with it, so I can come up with a resolution for you guys.
I asked Tyler to come up with an idea of how much money he's gonna need. I know
I know,
somebody, a ceiling, or the guy, somebody came to visit with him about the drop ceiling.
yeah, we finally got a hold of somebody to come out and look at the drop ceiling, and I think it was a little over 1,300 for it. And then each side, we got a quote for each side, as 2 different projects for HVAC and then electric as well. It should come under the 50 for all 3 to be completed. I say all 3 for both projects to be completed,
Okay,
so.
what else you gonna need?
So,
Flooring?
do what?
What are you gonna do for flooring?
So for flooring, we haven't quite decided yet. I do know that there was an individual that's gonna come out, look to do the mud and taping on the walls. So far, it's either been him or I doing that, but as far as all the new walls, I would really don't want to mud and tape, but I can if I have to. And we've got paint, we've got all of that. Flooring would be the next big project, and like I said, we haven't really decided on what we want to do with that yet. So.
Our shot blast company come in. Epoxy that floor, shot blast it and epoxy.
I would be okay with that. I know I do want carpet and I don't really want tile, so. I'd be okay with epoxy.
You said y'all are doing the flooring yourself?
I don't know. So far, we've done everything that's been done to the floor, we've done ourselves. So. Actually, technically, everything that's been done to the building up to this point, we've done ourselves. With,
Tons of volunteers, huh?
yeah,
I've
I say.
been under,
Teams.
yeah, I've been under a couple times and there's a ton of people working.
Yeah, we've got a lot of help. We had the weekend I was gone, there was a volunteer day, so. A lot of the fire department sends people up there to help and get some stuff done,
Yeah,
so that was nice.
yeah.
You don't wanna go out for bid for the whole project, that way you have one number and the county can pay for all of it at one time.
No, not really, I mean, cause we've done so much already with it. Those are the 3 main things that we have left. So,
We need to get quotes for each one of them.
we've got quotes for each one. It's getting the people to show up to look at it. We've called, I don't know how many people for a ceiling.
Yeah.
We've only had one
They
respond.
want just document that nobody's answering you, but this person did and what.
That's the price, yeah.
Isn't bad.
Yeah, that's the price, the one that we've got to actually give us the quote back for the drop ceiling.
And let's drop that down to 8 foot.
Mhm.
Good.
I sent Tyler another guy's card last week too, the same guy that is helping us with the roof bid specs.
Right.
He's a general contractor, he's not just a roofer.
Alright, so
Is the roof of the metal building spray foamed or is it insulated?
It's insulated.
And the drop ceiling, is it gonna have insulation put on the panels?
Or we can if we want to or not. It did before previously, but that's where all of the,
Rodent stuff
Yeah.
in? It's gonna be there whether you have insulation or not.
right,
So, I would get a price for insulating it.
yeah,
I mean, to have that 10 feet of void up there as dead airspace would help. Help our electric bill, I think.
right.
So get a quote both ways with it.
I will see what the quote was for. Like I said, that was vacation, so.
Yeah,
And I reached out to that individual, he just came and did everything while I was on vacation, so.
and you said you don't really want tile?
I really don't want tile.
Yeah.
I just think it's easier to clean with what we have coming in and out of that building and what we're gonna have coming in and out of that building, just be easier to clean with just epoxy floor.
Yeah, epoxy floor, what's that? Terrazone? Chorizo, whatever it is for.
Yeah,
Yeah. That would be tough. Goes up the wall a little bit.
mhm. I don't know. I mean, there's days we have soot, we have mud, we have, covered in it ourselves,
Yeah.
coming in and out of the building, so. To be honest with you, just the small space that we have now, if I kept up with that tile on a daily basis, I mean, I would be cleaning that tile at least twice a day. I just don't.
Work on getting all your quotes for everything,
Mhm.
and then on the next meeting, let's have a resolution out of use tax up to what, 49,000, that way.
It covers all.
It should cover everything. And then it,
A public building, and
50,000.
it's $100,000 is what the limit is to go for going out for bid.
I thought it was 50,000 per project, for public construction.
I think it's 100.
If they moved it, then that's great.
I'll double check. that.
Yeah, I'll double check that, cause I thought it was 50 as well. That's why we did the two separate east and west projects.
I'll double check it.
Okay. Which the west side is not, I don't think it's gonna cost me what the east side is, cause obviously east side is office space and all of that.
Yeah, get your west side done, get moved in,
Yeah,
whatever, and then you'll figure out what you need to do with that other side, and we can create another project later on.
okay, cleaned it up,
Need 3 quotes for each.
or that we reached out to, well,
That
'cause,
you reached
I mean,
out-
even
find out
this,
that you
yeah,
reached out to this person, this person, this person, this
Maybe
person, no reply, but this person did. And we
this
should
is
be
what the
covered.
cost is. Okay, I can do that.
We've got a ton of vendors. If we need some vendors to send it to.
I think we're good. I'll just pull up history of when I contacted and who I contacted and all of that.
On the HVAC, is that to check out what's there and make,
Everybody that has come and looked at HVAC, which are 3 different vendors, one from here, one from Depew, and one from here and Chandler, it's not none of it's reusable. Some of the venting wasn't even connected to the vents themselves. Air conditioning line wasn't even connected, and when we flipped the air conditioner on, left for the weekend and came back on a Monday, we, ended up having to rip out walls and bathrooms because apparently they'd been like that for a while, so anytime anybody turned on the air conditioner, it was creating mold between the decorative,
condensation line?
yes, and between the decorative thing they had in the bathrooms and the wall. It was pretty bad. Well, like so much so that we had some trustees helping us and I sent them back here because of the
So
issue,
the units themselves aren't gonna be any good?
you know. There was even a full water heater up on top that was full, cold and not usable, so. There's quite a bit up there, so.
Sounds like a curveball.
We've, I'm pretty good at hitting those curveballs.
Oh, yeah. I bet District 2 give you some gravel if you need it. If you're in District 2.
Hey, Mike's been really good with us and helping fix things. He was over there helping us with the air compressor and then the dump trailer, we couldn't get it to dump, so he looked at it for us without having to take it all the way down to the barn and then take it all the way over to Highfield. So Mike looked at it for us and,
Right.
so I mean, you've got some guys that have been really helping us from,
Good,
yeah.
but is that what?
I didn't get a smile out of you, Marley, on that.
If the bid,
There it is.
if it's 100,000,
Yeah.
we'll raise that number so we can get both sides done all at once, but if it's 50,000, like I remember. We'll do the amount up to what, 49,000, that way, keep it under that way, and then we can
I still
attack it if we need to.
wonder if we should go out for quote, even if it was 50,000, just. Just to say that we didn't do something to avoid from going out for bid.
Well, I mean, it's no difference than doing this and then going over and doing the treasurer's. 2 different parts of the building.
Yeah.
One, they get moved in, it's getting it done in a timely manner to get them moved in. The other space that they're wanting to do is just training and different things, and it'll be done in a different time.
Okay.
They won't know what they need to get done until they get moved in there and actually see what they want. So,
Do you have quotes for a heat and air?
We have three.
And what was, do you remember those roughly?
18 is what we're going with. To do the one side with a 5-ton unit. So. The second one from, can't remember where he was from, it was 19. And the third one never got back to us, even though they did a whole walkthrough and layout and
Yeah.
everything.
Well, there's no action to be taken until we have a resolution, I guess. But we'll get that on the next meeting.
Okay.
So Tyler just messaged me and, he did get a total for you. It's just at 23 for all of it.
What was that?
23 is what we're looking
For
at.
everything?
For those projects to be done, not counting what, for us to finish the flooring and the.
Yeah, they're done.
Yeah.
23, that's okay. And that you're still up, so.
Yeah, so as far as everything else that we have going on, other than the building, we do have a Sack and Fox powwow this weekend, so Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We will be out the powwow grounds, assisting with that. There are some classes that I'm bringing to Lincoln County, but, I did have them originally on the schedule in July, but having to coordinate between instructors, state and facilities here, I'm gonna have them move to possibly September if I can bring those classes in. Cause the state has to approve them for whoever to attend to get certified, their certifications. There is one of the OTA projects for the floodplain where OWRB came in and did their floodplain requirements and things. I did get the documents on that, so I'll forward that out to all three of you as soon as I can today. And other than that, can't think of anything. Just normal daily operations, what we've been doing. We're out at the County PD and the sheriff's office yesterday for the majority of the morning into the afternoon, so. Been dealing with storms and all of that, so kind of really. Just been doing what we always do.
Thank you.
Yep.
None of the storms that we've had are reaching any kind of limit to get any kind of.
So a lot of people have been calling and wanting to report damages of uprooted trees and things. So in order for, you guys are more than welcome to do a declaration if you wanted to at a county level for cleanup. That is something that you are always able to do. But as far as you getting assistance from FEMA to come in and do reimbursement, you have to hit the threshold and that the damage has to be done to residences that have insurance, like they have to go through their insurance, and then there has to be that overage of what insurance won't pay is what FEMA usually will cover, or come in and give a small loan too. We don't have near anything for that. And as far as I know.
So FEMA won't help families that don't have insurance?
They will with a loan.
With a loan, and it's a very long loan, but it has very minimal interest on it, so.
No interest loans.
And in order for businesses to get, it has to be a legitimate business, it has to go through, there's so many different sections, like individual assistance, SBA, which is small business assistance, there's requirements that the businesses, the residents, that everything has to meet in order for them to get that assistance.
And if you have insurance, but the insurance only pays a percentage, then FEMA will loan you the remainder or give you the remainder?
It depends on which one you're going through. You're going through IA or SBA, what FEMA guidelines are in that particular disaster. There's guidelines for everything. So, which I did tell Emily Kolka did come out to the building and take pictures, and we did a couple of interviews, and I think we're gonna do a follow-up on the storm. And I'll kind of explain that more to the general public in that follow-up too. Cause I think a lot of people were, when they were reporting damages, it was to fence lines or chicken coops or trees, and that's covered by your insurance, not by FEMA. FEMA's displacement. Total destruction, destroyed.
Of residents or of outbuildings?
Residents,
Just residents,
just residents.
Regulated.
okay. I didn't mean to interrupt you. but-
No, you're fine. You were totally fine. Like, I've had so many questions about damages in the last week. Not at all.
USDA used to have something
Used.
for agricultural facilities. I don't know if they still do it or not.
Yeah, from the last time I looked at SDA grants was for water wells, and they didn't have anything available at that time. I have not looked at anything for storm recovery.
Yeah. Not to be a, producing farm,
Yes,
but. You know, anybody with tax number can say they're producing farms. So.
sure.
Okay.
Anybody else?
Well, we move on then. Do we have any minutes from anybody that we want to discuss?
Yeah.
We haven't gotten anything from 911.
I don't think so.
For,
911 board minutes.
one board member,
The 911 board meeting minutes are supposed to be filed with the County Clerk.
I
And
thought they could be filed. But the county clerk had to be notified where they were filed. Like, it didn't have to be with the county, but.
save you guys a whole lot of time and space and just file them with Alicia and they go into a full file there and then deal. Yeah. Anyway, Jason Orr said he was gonna work on that. I didn't know if any of that had happened yet.
Alright,
Chief for improvement forms, nothing?
Nope.
Monthly reports,
yes.
Make a motion to approve the monthly.
I'll second it.
all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
On our monthly report, the mistake was done last month. And we put $62.88 in the general fund that was supposed to go towards postage. So this month, we have, corrected that, by subtracting that amount from our general fund total.
Alright.
And we documented everything, so it comes up, and we reconciled with the treasurer. And
We have transfers,
Motion to approve the transfers.
I'll second it.
all in favor, say aye.
Aye. Me.
Sounds good, yeah. Did you ever find my REAP grant check?
Yes, we did.
Remember that, I keep forgetting.
We got Pascal Lemon paid this time around, I think.
Say on the sheriff's office. Give them all.
What? The 95.
Grand, like on.
The REAP grant, you know, if I hadn't already spent it, I might have considered that. Just didn't ask me soon enough this time.
How did the good palace go?
It was good. It was good. We got a
Missed a good time.
three-person board.
Who, do you remember who's the,
What Danker and.
Mrs. Hall.
Miss Deborah Hall and Lorenzo, or did they, no, I don't remember who else. They got volunteered to do it there. Stephen.
Bill Banker. Deborah Hall and. I think it's Stephen Hooper.
There you go, yeah, that's it.
Do you have a opportunity to ask them about the furniture in the hallway? We're hoping to get rid of it soon.
I did not.
Okay.
They don't know which way's up yet,
Okay,
but, I mean, if you find somebody else that wants it.
well, I've offered it to everybody, seniors, fire department.
Okay.
Other offices.
Okay. All right, we have, blankets, right?
Yes.
Make motion.
second to approve blankets?
Second one.
All in favor, say aye. Hmm. Well, that's a baby.
You should have.
Weird.
Here's
Make a
the
motion to approve it.
I'll second it.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye. All opposed?
Hmm.
Dee from the health department, came by the office and as I said, getting some new furniture and they have a conference table. And they wanted to know if we wanted to ask for measurements. Pictures and as soon as I have that, I'll show you.
Yeah. Do we have any road crossings?
No.
Yes.
Yeah.
We need to get a stamp with all three of our names on it
Yeah,
and approve them and, then Chaz, we can do all this.
you know, just copy the blank paper with all three of our signatures on it right here, and when they print them out, they're just there.
Yeah,
Seems fair to me.
yeah. Does Gage still work here? Gage Elder?
But he's also working for dispatch.
Oh, that's why his check's so big. Okay,
We've also got, another Gage too. Good job.
did he buy a bunch of his vacation time, or would that be from dispatch? Dispatch wouldn't be paying him on the same check, would they?
No, it wouldn't. Why is it?
His check was $9,500.
How much?
9,500.
Might have been some comp.
I think it was comp. It should show.
Oh,
And
There's two or three of them, I think, that part-time dispatch. Since they're kind of short.
other insurance,
Without,
little bad.
without a contract
It's with
construction
moving.
manager, it's 100,000.
it's showing
Yeah,
here.
it doesn't show any, what anything else is on the
Without a construction manager, it's $100,000 on public buildings.
Okay,
They changed it again.
nice.
So how long after a resolution do the funds become available? Like if you sign a resolution next meeting, how long will those funds be available for those individuals to come in and do
With
work?
transfer, it'd be available that day.
You get things rolling, we can have a special meeting too. I'm not saying
I was
you
gonna
need to get
say-
it rolling, I'm saying
The
we,
electric and HVAC are ready to come in this week and do it. And I'm just gonna say right now, without the HVAC, it has been not the greatest time to work in there with no air.
Well, let's take a special meeting. Just for that and get it done.
Okay,
Shoot for Thursday morning at 9 o'clock.
Thanks.
That'll give us time to post the special meeting notice.
But it does get.
Yeah, I'm good for letting go.
it is hot, well, and that's kind of where like, when your trustees come over, I'm
I'm
like, hey, Greg,
good.
To be able to make,
Right.
they can't
Yeah.
add some up.
is it ridiculous?
Good.
So Thursday at 9?
Yes.
Okay, I appreciate you guys.
Have any claims?
Yes,
No road crossings?
no.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry, I missed that.
I'm sorry to.
Very sad.
what'd you miss?
Road crossing.
Road crossings, I'm gonna ask about road crossings.
Screen went halfway up, so I slid it down. Well, you slide it down to shut you. And now I'm shutting down, I'll have to leave here. Like I just turned it on.
When we have both physical use.
Yes.
You want me to check and make sure they sign all of them?
There's a folder
I
for
don't know if they have any since the 1st of July or not. If they have, maybe we do.
Since they.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll look into it.
Well, thank you, David. Let me know. I don't mind helping at all. All right.
An email that Drummond awards Sheriff's Office Assistant Branch to all 77 counties. Congratulations.
Really?
Sheriffs, all 77 county sheriffs got their, assistance grant from the Attorney General.
Chancellor. Or for a second. Yeah, it's fine.
And somebody had to have
Just
this
I started moving around and instead of couldn't recognize it.
Did you
That had me doing
keep somebody
something.
out of that, but you don't know how long they're gonna fund that either. That's the sad thing about it too.
Need help?
Um, Not yet, but I probably will.
There's going to be, claims in both fiscal years.
Yeah. Sorry,
It's okay.
I wanted to hit it, it didn't work. Marlon's gonna beat me today.
It's not likely.
Weird that yours is the only one that does that. I've checked the settings and updated it and stuff too. Very odd.
Oh,
In order anymore. That's. Thank you.
Well, you guys looking over that? Do we have any new business?
Well, some money to
I've got
build.
some. This weekend, we had an AC issue in the jail. It's the old unit. Unfortunately, Virgil was out of pocket on the fourth, which most people are doing something other than me on the holiday. What did you get up to, Virgil was back Sunday evening. Cleaned out the coils, on it started to work. What was it, 90, 88? Would you tell me? I
It was
forgot.
on 80 degrees, when I came up Sunday. When I came up this morning, 6:30, it was on 70, and that's what you had it set on, the thermostat set on 70.
So the plan is, how do you guys want to handle if we have something where he's out of pocket? Some of these things you're not gonna be able to wait till Monday, you know what I'm saying? Cause we haven't seen heat yet. Luckily it got cool Saturday. Condensation's in, we got fans in there, thanks to some help from Charlotte and her group. But you guys are with me on what the issues we're gonna have in there when you got, 40, 50 guys and it gets really hot and they start a fight or they start having some issues. I mean, it's not a good thing.
Well, what we've always done in the past, if we can't get a local person to come out and look at it, we put fans and separate them. And that's all we can do, and
Well,
being 4th of July weekend is tough and he's not always gonna be here.
I know, but Virgil also thinks that we can work together on trying to find, somebody that actually isn't, super independent where they wouldn't come out on a weekend to fix it. I mean, don't you guys think
On
that's
a
fair?
normal weekend, I think you could get somebody to come out, but.
We didn't actually try that hard
Being 4th of
yesterday.
July.
Or Saturday. But, I mean, it works out nice if it's something that Verge can fix or not, but if it's not, I mean, I'm just thinking the mindset, we can't wait 2 days. If something's gonna get fixed, we're gonna have to find a vendor that's hungry enough that will come out and not beat us up so bad.
Right, well, maybe you gotta work that before something happens, find somebody that's willing to come
I think
out.
that's kind of what we were talking about trying to do.
So,
Cause he said in the past, there was people that wanted to have the contract or whatnot, didn't always work out. They didn't maybe do what they were supposed to have done
right.
on keeping the filters clean, et cetera. But I mean, it's not a good situation on this end.
Braden's pretty good at taking care of things for me. I know it's the 4th of July. It was just a rough little weekend. Once I got here, cause like you say, I can't always be in the pocket. But once I got up here and took care of it, I think it was just fine. Like I said, I checked it this morning at 70. And Steve will check it before he leaves today.
And that's the same unit a month ago, they put 3 pounds of Freon in it, something wasn't right probably, so just heads up, something.
No, we'll get it fixed the best we can. I mean, that's all I can do. But to get somebody to come, it's very hard. They want to control and take care of all of it. They want it where only they work on the units, all the units. They don't want somebody else working on it and then I bring somebody else to work on it, but they can. That's the way they do it. Now, Steve's not like that. He'll let me I'll call anybody there is, but just to get somebody up here, you can't do it.
Well,
It doesn't always work like that.
in the future, if it's really hot,
that
we're going to make
will not
an effort.
Very rarely this probably happens like this, but it happens. I mean, the assessor's gonna be out of air for 2 days because we're installing units. You know what I'm saying? We have issues that do come up and happen.
Oh, absolutely, it's curveball every
I
day.
mean, what we have done in the past over there is put fans out until we can get somebody there to fix it.
Inmates
I know
can't
it's,
leave
it's a hot and it's
like the
rough.
assessor's office. Virgil,
Say that again.
We have to,
just
like I
heads up.
said, we put fans out there until we can get someone to fix it. That's what we've always done. That's what we have to do. I mean. But you can pre-schedule things too, just find somebody that's willing to come out
Right.
on a holiday and have a contract with them ahead of time, but.
I think we're gonna try to work on that, don't you think, Virg?
Yeah, did you have somebody in mind?
I'm gonna call everybody on the phone, but we'll find somebody that's willing on on a bad day to come out. I mean, I've had, cattle before get hurt on a holiday and you can't, there's certain vets, you're not gonna be able to crickets, but hopefully we can find someone that if we get in that situation that, it's an important deal. I mean, it's a big deal on all of us as far as, the violence that's gonna cause, the lawsuits it could cause. Not a good thing. Just giving you a heads up. We're gonna have to come up with a plan.
I'm all ice cream and come sit down.
Are you guys able to hear me?
Who is this?
Tyler.
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 So on the EMS board, Lee and Marlon, a member from each of you guys are up for reappointment. Do you want to leave those two or do you have someone else in mind?
I'm happy with my guys, I think, if they're gonna stay.
Okay, I did talk to Robbie and he's willing to stay. I just figured since you guys did the appointment, touch base and make sure that you didn't have somebody else in mind or wanted to make any changes.
Who is my guys?
Andy Johnson is the one that's up right now, Marlon.
Okay. Does he want to stay on?
As far as I know, he hadn't said otherwise.
Okay.
He's your board chairman too.
Hmm?
He's the chairman of your board.
Okay. Yep. I like him.
Okay, that works. We'll do reappointment next Monday at our meeting. Just wanted to make sure with you guys before the fact.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And you were saying,
I've got a bridge that failed and is closed and a guy, I have to put a tin horn in temporary and it won't last in a big rain. And I was hoping that maybe it's on the list with Kickapoo, but it isn't moving.
that one's gonna take it. Is there any engineering started on that or anything? Okay, yeah, that one probably got moved to the next list until they get their stuff done, so it's gonna take a little while.
So,
What's it mean?
I talked to the guy that has our 6-month bid, Advanced Steel, and he built a very similar bridge for, I can't remember what county. It's in Calvin, Oklahoma for less than 150,000.
And we provide the steel,
Yeah, the beams.
the beams.
Yeah.
Okay, he does the piling and the path, but we provide the beams. And what kind of beams you provide?
33, we have some 30s, but I think there's some 33s in Seminole that already have ship connectors on them. So I'm gonna see if I can get them. And, because I think they said your weight rating goes up by like,
Yeah, should.
12 or 15
Yeah,
tons.
adds like 15-20% to it.
yeah. So I would like 150,000. I don't know if I can ask for that without having a itemized thing, and I'll give it all back what I know at the end.
There should be a county, call Don Russell,
Do what?
call Don Russell and see if he's got a copy of the county bridge. It's just the generic county bridge.
I've got some of those.
You do?
Yeah.
So we'll add that in, and then we've got our 6-month bid for steel. And then you get itemized from him, put it all together, and then you keep all that for the cigar.
Okay. So can we put that on the agenda for Thursday then to get that money?
Yeah.
Okay. I need to get it rolling.
What size bridge will that be?
30. Right now it's 27 foot in there. I was gonna go up to 35 foot. It's real close to the river, so the water runs both directions in it. So it's very seldom is it ever a fast flowing flooded deal.
Yeah, it just comes up.
Yeah, comes up around it. So. Okay, I'll have that ready for the next meeting then. on working him by the hour, I'm gonna try to have my guys doing some of it, putting the sheet pile in and the tying the steel, putting the guardrails, so it's hard to get a real good estimate. But I think we can save quite a bit of money by helping, so.
Sure.
Since all of them have been selected, so. It's not done.
Any other new business?
I've got volunteers too. Can you help on that? That's fairgrounds, anything? I'm back on the AC deal. What do you think about on a Friday before the weekend, we check the filters and maybe make sure that unit's washed out or whatever we can do to make sure we don't have a problem on a weekend? Is that a bad idea? Virgil stepped out, but I just thought of that.
Yeah, check the filters, and the filters need to be replaced once a month. I mean, if you have a health check on it once a month, you're probably all right, except for fluke things.
I hope you're right, but it always happens on a weekend.
It does.
You know, and that's how it works. And that's.
You notice it more on weekends.
Yeah, those are the ones that stick out, you know, yeah.
So, I mean, that's something that we've always dealt with. It's always happened that way, so. But yeah, have a health check on it once a month. I mean, you wanna hire Breeden to come out every 30 days to just go over it and make sure it's good.
Well, man, it's really hard to have faith in some of these AC units like that. You add Freon or something up, they don't just disappear, you know?
A weekly thing that, I don't think you'll see any difference between weekly and monthly though.
You know?
They don't have a way to, well, I guess he can hook his gauges up and see if it's low.
Yeah. Yeah, they just do a health check, put the gauges on it, make sure the pressures are right and coils are clean and everything's ohming out right, and then call it good.
Baby it along.
This time just wasn't fun because I was
Hmm.
trying to find you fans while also doing weather at the same time.
Not easy.
So,
Can you manually turn on those exhaust fans?
They don't work on that side. It's all the new stuff.
Oh,
Already thought of that. If it had been the other side, we could have the attic fan,
yeah,
but it ain't gonna help over there. And
Sure.
because it's cold with the new unit, you can't suck it into a bean hole, you know, to
Right.
get it in the pod. It's just. It's an issue.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
and then once I get some bunk beds in there, I could actually move some people around and not have to be quite so crowded when it's hot and they're
Right.
angry and,
the floor sweating.
yeah, the condensation's a mess.
Everybody gets angry when they get hot and sweaty, don't they?
Yes.
And we're dealing with folks that don't handle anger good anyway. You know, but when you look at their security, the guys that don't wanna get beat up, you got your detention
On both
officers that
sides
don't
of
wanna
the
have to go in there.
All right.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Whoa.
You did.
It's a new fiscal year, buddy.
Yeah.
Those are fighting words, Marlon.
Yeah.
Any news? Anything going on?
You second?
Yes.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, we'll get the roast.
Well,
I gotta get the roast.
Yeah.
Can you, get the roast?
Yeah.
When are we gonna do that dirt work that you've been?
That's what I'm gonna double check. These happen the next couple of weeks.
still hurt to reach out to kind of. Fill it out.
David asked me about that the other day.